Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. Today we are starting a brand new sew along. This is going to be hosted by me for Backstitch Fabrics and it will be available in the Backstitch backroom. Your check-ins, your daily check-ins will be done in there, but all the videos will be available here on my channel. So I do encourage you to subscribe and to join the Facebook group. This week we are sewing together a bucket hat, and this is more than just a bucket hat. This is a hat that has many options. That can be a sun hat, an explorer hat. It's packed with options and it's a super easy sew. Perfect for the coming spring/summer because it's already summer here in Florida. So I hope you will join me. I have selected for this sew along the Menta sewing patterns, and we are going to be doing their bucket hat. I do have a discount code for the duration of the sew along, so if you're seeing this at a later date, the code might have expired, but while the sew along is going on, the code is active and it's in the Backstitch backroom on Facebook, and we will have amazing prices at the end, just like we always do. Let's grab our supplies. So first and foremost, you do need to measure your head to make sure you're selecting the right size, or for whoever you're sewing for. The pattern is so size inclusive. It goes from toddlers to all the way to 25 head circumference. So definitely, yes, 25. Definitely plenty of options. I do have a big head and so does my little one. So we kind of match hats. I measure my head circumference is at 23.5, so I'm in between 23 and 24. So I did one the other day, and I made this one at 24 inches because I figure I'll have an extra ½ inch, and it is not loose, but it's also not tight. So choose your size based on, of course, your measurement and also your preference. Like I would have preferred this slightly tighter, so I'm going to sew size 23 inches for the sew along, and it will work for my kiddo as well. If you're somebody that has like tension headaches or does not like stuff tight to their head, maybe if you're in between sizes, go the size up. I have a dear friend of mine who cannot wear ears at Disney. So I know if I were to make her a hat, I would go the size up if she's in between, not the size down. But for me, I love those ears and I wear them easily. So I do like to feel like something tighter on my head. So I'm going to go with size 23. This is 24. And this is actually, so you have an idea of the fit, this is the largest brim included in the pattern. Here, I'll show you. You have great sun coverage. So again, this is the largest brim, and I've added in the back, you see, I've added the back extension to protect your shoulders from the sun. And again, that's the longest extension for the back, also included in the pattern. And I've made this one reversible, so you can take off the extension, it's removable, and then I can turn it and it's fully reversible. So there you go. See how cute it is? And again, this is the longest brim. There's a medium and there's a shorter brim as well. And as you can see, there's room in here. It's not big, but there is room. So again, select your size based on your preferences. This is also made with woven for the lining or the other side, and waterproof canvas for the exterior, or one of the sides, because it is fully reversible. Oops. And same thing for the extension. This is great for summer and if extra protection on your shoulder and your face with the big brim. But speaking of options, the pattern includes this style that I showed you. It also includes a high-low option for the brim. It includes 3 lengths, like I said, for the brim. This optional detachable back part that is this is the large one, but there's also a smaller size included in the pattern. And there's a ponytail opening option, and and an elastic back. There's plenty to choose from. So I definitely hope you are joining us this week in the sew along. Let's talk fabric. So like I said before, I've used waterproof canvas for that. It gives you a stiffer hat, so keep that in mind. You could use cotton lycra if you want to, but again, you would have, because I've had somebody ask me before, you would have to interface the whole thing, not leaving the seam allowances not interfaced. So you would be treating your cotton lycra as woven, and if you want to do that, you have to interface the whole cotton lycra piece. But it's definitely attainable. Best fabric, I would say, for this project would be cotton woven. So I'm going to be using this backstitch sew flow cotton woven that will be available in the next round. How cute is this? This is a Marvel's inspired print. Actually, there's 2 prints, both available in the Superpower round, opening very soon at Backstitch. And this is our amazing woven that will work great for this hat. Style wise, I think I'm going to do a reversible bucket hat with the back extender for my little one, and I might, based on the time and fabric availability, I might do a second one for me with like a high-low and the pony part. If I don't do the option that you want in the video and you have any questions, please definitely ask me either in the comments of the video below or in the Backstitch Backroom group, and I'm going to try my best to help you out. So without further ado, let's get into cutting your pattern pieces. Okay, so I will start by making the hat that I know for sure I want to make, which is the reversible bucket hat with a short brim. So one will be main, one will be lining, but it will be reversible, so they're both main fabric basically. So I cut my pattern piece. This is a directional print, so be cautious when you cut your fabric if you're using a directional print. I'm going to start with the brim and the sides. Let's do the sides first. I cut my sides with the for the size that I need. The pattern does include a projector file as well, so utilize that if you want to or if you can. I'm going to add my markings on the pattern after I interface it, because if I add them right now, they will disappear when I use the heat press to interface it. So this will be one side, and I put my fabric wrong sides together. This way I cut 2 at the same time. That's for the outside. And then I need 2 brims, and I'm doing the short brim for my kiddo. This will be perfect for both Universal and Disney trips this summer. My boys adore the Spider-Man ride at Universal, and Guardians of the Galaxy ride is opening at Epcot this summer, so we are very excited. Okay, and we also need 1 of the crown. And then we'll repeat the same cuts on with the lining, with the other fabric. Okay. Oh, and I also need one for the shoulder extension, and I think I'll do the big ones also. The more coverage the better with this, in this hot summer, Florida summer weather. So I'll do the big one as well, like I did for mine. Great shoulder coverage. This is detachable, so if you're doing this option, you will need snaps and something to punch the holes with for the snaps. Oh, I have plenty of fabric left for a hat for me for the parks. Okay, and now let's do the reversible side. And we're going to do again the side. And you need two of each, but since I'm cutting two fabrics at the same time, I'm making only one cut. Okay, and we need the brim, again short brim. I'm excited to see which options you are choosing and how many you're making. If you're making more than one hat, post one hat at a time in the entries. This way I can give you more entries at the end for the winning, when we draw the winner. Okay, and one crown. And then we need to cut interfacing. Okay, and one back cover. For interfacing, I'm using Geeky Fuse Cotton Soft, which is my favorite woven interfacing. You do need a woven interfacing, so if you don't have the Geeky Fuse, SF101 would work for this, but don't skip the interfacing. Okay, let's do the second hat while I'm at it, and then we'll cut the interfacing. So for the second hat, which is mine, I'm going to use, again, this is the main fabric. And this one, I don't think I'll make it reversible. So I'll use this for the main, and I'm going to do the high-low brim. So I need one of the main and one of the interfacing. Okay. So, and it's cut on fold. One of the main and one for the lining, I meant. So you can see, oh, the fold is here on the smaller side. And I think because my hair has started to grow and I can make a small ponytail, I will do the ponytail cutout for this one. Okay, so one for the brim, and then I need two for the sides, and one will have the ponytail cut out. Again, this is a second hat that I'm cutting. You don't need all these pieces for just one hat. Okay, and let's cut out the ponytail. On this one. So this will go on the back. And the ponytail. So my sides, my brim is done. Let's go ahead and cut the crown from this fabric. I think I can fit it in this crack here. Where is the crown? There. And then we're going to cut the lining and interfacing. If you see on your pattern pieces, you have a dotted line. The dotted line marks your interfacing, which is basically a 1/4 of an inch outside, inside of your pattern pieces. If you're using a stretchy fabric, cut your interfacing all the way. Don't remove the 1/4 inch. If you're using a woven fabric, as you should, cut your interfacing a 1/4 of an inch smaller on all pieces that require interfacing. This will keep it out of the seam allowance and reduce any bulk. Okay, so let's do, I forgot, I want the second brim from this fabric as well. Since I'm not making it reversible, my brim, what shows from the inside, will be from the same fabric. So here, again, the fold is at the smaller side on the high-low. This way the seam is in the back. And it also helps if you have a directional print like I do. Okay, so let's do the lining for my hat. And we need the sides and we need the crown. And again, one of the sides will have the cutout for the ponytail. I'm cutting two at the same time, but then only on one of them I'll do the cutout. And I will be using my heat press to fuse all my interfacing to the main pieces. If you do have one, I highly encourage you to use it. Oops, I need the cut out. And then I need the crown. And that's it with the main fabric. I will not be adding any cords, but the pattern does instruct you how to add like a cord for the neck. I do caution you that if you're doing this for little ones, skip the cord for safety reasons. If you're doing it for an adult or a big kid, that's one thing. But for little ones, I would not put any cord close to their neck. So this is done. Let's do that cutout so I don't forget. And then we'll cut the interfacing. So if you want, you can print all your pieces again that have interfaces facing and just trim it off at the dotted part. You can also measure 1/4 of an inch on all pieces of interfacing and remove it from there. It's up to you, whatever you want to do to make sure that you cut your interfacing smaller. I'm gonna put this back here now because I want to trim off the excess for the interfacing. And next time when I need to do the pattern, I'll just print again this size and I'll have both of them. Again, whatever method works best for you to make sure that you trim away the interfacing, the seam allowance is fine. And then the crown. And my high-low. Again, this one that has the fold, you don't need to remove any excess of anything, it's just a fold. Alright, so I'm going to take my woven fuse, my geeky fuse woven interfacing, and this is a woven interfacing like I said. And I'm going to cut all my interfaces for both hats. Then I'm going to fuse them on the woven pattern pieces. Okay, everything is cut, everything is interfaced. I'll do a brief run through and we will stop for today. So for the reversible bucket hat with the optional back cover, I have my lining pieces interfaced, then I have my main pieces on this for the sides interfaced, and one of them has the extra interface on the bottom. This is where the snaps will go for the detachable part. You need the extra strip. It's a pattern piece. Then I have my 4 brims, 2 of the main, 2 of the so-called lining, but it's reversible interfaced. You can see 1/4 of an inch shorter the interfacing. Then I have the 2 crowns interfaced, and then I have the back part, the shoulder back cover. One not interfaced because I like the floppiness. You don't need to interface this one. And then the other one has a strip of interfacing, also a pattern piece. This is where your snap will go, so make sure you add that interfacing. That's for the one hat. This will be a reversible short brim bucket hat with the back cover. And then for the second hat that I'm making during this sew along, I have my main crowns, lining and interfacing. And this one will be a high-low, so I have my high-low brims, 2 pieces interfaced. And then I have my sides, which is one side with the ponytail cutout and one side without, both interfaced. And same thing for the lining, one solid and one with the ponytail cutout interfaced. This one will not be reversible, so I need some kind of trim to close the raw edge of the hat at the brim. So the pattern calls for twill tape. I don't have that, so I'm going to be using some single fold bias tape. It's going to be inside of the hat, so you won't see it. Hence why I don't mind that this is a Christmas print, but it's the first single fold that I found in my stash. I need something to turn my hat, clips. I need something to punch the holes for the snaps for the back cover, and of course your snaps. I'm using metal spring snaps. You can use the plastic cam snaps, whatever you have on hand. And that is it. You are done for today. Snap a photo of your cut fabric and post it in the day one photo comments of the sew along album. You'll find the sew along album in the Backstitch backroom on Facebook, and I will see you back here tomorrow when we'll be sewing all the side seams and attaching the brim to the crown. See you back here tomorrow. Bye.